Benue State's population is projected to hit 6.6 million people as at January 2025, a figure that reflects a growing need for accessibility and quality health care. At the Benue State University Teaching Hospital in Makurdi, a silent revolution is taking place. For years, patients have faced the painful reality of drug shortages, where a prescription often meant a long journey to private pharmacies, or worse, returning home without treatment or referral to other states. But now, change is on the horizon. Under the directive of the Executive Governor of Benue State and the vision of the Chief Medical Director Dr. Stephen Hwande'S, a world-class pharmacy facility is being completed and awaiting commissioning.
Knowledge comes from God, wisdom comes from God, acknowledge. The second thing is to acknowledge the governor of the state, Reverend Father Dr. Isaac Diomalia, for what he's doing in all other sectors of the endeavor. The teaching hospital is a tertiary teaching hospital, it's a tertiary center. In health sector, you have primary, secondary, and tertiary. Tertiary ideally is, we call it center of excellence. We call it referral center to take care of very serious conditions. Now if you look at our vision there, to be a leading tertiary healthcare institution, applying modern technology in research, teaching, and the management of patients, and the preferred environment for all categories of workers seeking fulfillment. So you look at it, and the mission is there to provide excellent, relevant, and affordable tertiary healthcare service for the people of the state, particularly and the conducive environment. So if you look at it, the teaching hospital is a referral center, the teaching hospital is a tertiary health institution, so it should have everything. What the patients eventually need is the drugs and the test. The patients don't need to come and see beautiful building, or they come and see the doctor. At the end of the day, they can't get drugs, they can't get reagents, they can't get consumables. So at this level, we need to have everything. So I realize that most times the procurement processes, the availability of this thing from the manufacturers, because you know, me and you know, when we came here, we destroyed drugs worth over 200 million. They had expired, some were fake, some of these things. So to set up a system that will ensure that our drug revolving is apt, is right, is cheap, is affordable, is available, it means that we have to set up a unit that has everything in one place, where you can get the best of drugs from the companies, the manufacturers directly.
For pharmacist Unaji Maria Ojene, head of department, and pharmacist Onu Emmanuel, resident pharmacist GODP, the impact will be immediate. The frequent out-of-stock notices that once defined their daily routine will now become a thing of the past.
First and foremost, I want to appreciate our neighbor CMD. Before his coming here, sometimes 2022, the hospital pharmacy DRF, the drug revolving fund, was halted by the former CMD, who concessioned the whole pharmacy department to private pharmacies, partners outside. And so we paid a courtesy call on him and explained our plight as a department, pharmacy department, and he promised to reactivate us. And just within a very short period, till he came on board in October, by November we set machineries in place, and then we had a procurement plan. We had a very big program. We submitted budget, and then we allowed to. And we sent out bids after the whole process. Before I gave out orders, or before they could supply, early 2024, prices escalated, and so many of them could not supply. But by the grace of God, we started our own, we renovated an office and we started our own pharmacy alongside the partners. So say first of all, I am very grateful to him and for recapitalizing DRF. And as we started, we could not meet most of our drug needs because most of the multinationals here hesited, and so products that we used to before now, we could not access them. If you give out quotation today, by tomorrow is a different price because of the instability of the dollar and all of that. And so he thought it wise by December last year, he had a summit for pharmaceutical companies to come showcase their product and all of that. We had the idea of putting up that center, not just a pharmacy, but for both drugs, consumable reagents, because even mortuary we get their supply, every unit will get their product, and we think by the time that program starts, it will reduce greatly issues of out of stock. We cannot say out of stock will go out because pharmacy is an evolving profession. If on daily basis new products are coming, and so it will help us to migrate the reducing, and also it will make available products that professionals, we have different consultants in different fields. We have gone ahead to collect their drug list, what they think they use. We are not just bringing, but they will pull what they need to use. And all of that have been taken care of. We have made a drug list. Companies have been giving products. So by the time you are getting your product directly from manufacturer, certainly it will be cheaper than bringing third parties in between. So I think it's going to be of a very good help and relieve most of the challenges.
Doctors too have struggled, forced to refer patients elsewhere, delaying critical treatment. Dr. Emmanuel Wardo, head of Department Internal Medicine, shares the challenges doctors faced and optimism that the new facility will serve the patient and doctors alike.
Drug accessibility is a very big challenge in medical practice, particularly in our environment in Africa, in Nigeria, resource-constrained setting, where even a lot of drugs that are listed among the essential drugs according to WHO are not readily available and accessible. So it's a big challenge. And in clinical practice, it can be quite challenging that as a physician, you know what to do for the patient, you know what to prescribe, but you prescribe those drugs, patients are not able to get it. One, because it's not available within the vicinity, or two, sometimes because it's not affordable. So drug accessibility, particularly availability of drug, is really a challenge in clinical practice. And this hampers patient well-being. You have a patient who ordinarily you give a particular drug, the patient is supposed to respond and get well, but because that drug is not available, sometimes you watch the patient go down, you cannot help it. A few occasions also, the drug is not available within the environment, and we take days. In fact, there have been instances where we have patients that will prescribe some medications and it will require a minimum of 48 hours, 2 days to get those drugs. One, the drug is not even available within the states. They have to source it by relatives from Lagos, and if it's in Lagos, they have to fly it in or go through transport, so it takes 48 hours minimum. Or if it's in Abuja, they are going to get it. It will take almost 24 hours plus to get it down here. So it's really a big problem. And there are diseases that are time bound. Alright, so if you don't get those drugs within the specified time, even when those drugs come, afterwards they are useless because they must be used within a particular point in time. So drug accessibility is a big challenge, and it's a very big need in our environment. We are very delighted as a department and as a community in the Benue State University Teaching Hospital. We are very glad. It's a very welcome development. We are happy with the Chief Medical Director, Dr. Hwande'S, for his developmental stride. And this idea of starting this center that will make drugs available, accessible to patients 24/7 is very much welcome, because even sometimes when these drugs are available in Makurdi in Benue State, right, old times we've had patients that need such drugs at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., and even the drugs are in some pharmacies, but those pharmacies are closed. You can't get it at such times. So we are very, very happy that in this very facility, in this hospital, we are going to have a pharmacy that will run 24/7, and the intention is to make all relevant drugs available. I think it's a welcome development. One, is going to make our work easier as clinicians and physicians, such that whatever drug we prescribe, we are sure we can get it. Number two, it's going to save a lot of lives, because timely intervention is very, very essential in clinical care. You get the appropriate drugs, you give them at the appropriate time, you expect good response. So it's going to save a lot of patient relatives will be much happier. They don't need to run through the town to get the drugs that has been prescribed by the doctors. You don't need to go out of the state or call relatives in other parts to get these drugs. So I think it's a good thing. We are delighted, we are happy, we are in support of this noble project.
Built to world standards, the pharmacy, according to the Chief Medical Director of the hospital, Dr. Stephen Hwande'S, is designed to serve not only Benue State University Teaching Hospital patients, but the wider Makurdi community, reducing drug costs, improving access, and boosting public confidence in government health care.
The governor calls it pharmacosurgical units or pharmacosurgical shop. Pharmaco means from drugs. So you need to have drugs. In Benue now, if people are looking for oncology drugs, cancer drugs, where do you want them to go to? If people are looking for IVF drugs, where do you want them to go to? If people are looking for neurosurgery drugs, where do you want them to go to? So we need to have these highly skilled and highly specialized drugs, consumables, and reagents in one place for our utilization. Because if you see, that's why Abacha described our hospitals are mere consulting units. Mere consulting units because you come, the doctor sees you, got card, the doctor sees you, then you go out of the town to begin to look for where to buy drugs. So how will you describe that kind of hospital? Mere consulting unit. So we're going to break through and they get drugs at the affordable, cheap, and most reliable amount for our patients. This design is for us. It's meant to serve the hospital, not just drugs, reagents, not just reagents, consumables, not just consumables, even small equipments, like the ones that can serve us. So it's a beautiful place. It's going to be automated with ICT, best of ICT programs for auditing. It has a cold room for storage, for preservation, and for networking to ensure that whatever any doctor is prescribing is available.
As the final touches are being made, the message is clear. Health is not a privilege, it is a right. And in Benue State, that right is being protected, one brick at a time, with the vision of His Excellency Reverend Father Dr. Hyacinth Alia, the Executive Governor of Benue State, and the Chief Medical Director of the Benue State University Teaching Hospital, Dr. Stephen Hwande'S.